Alright. Here we are with Helluva Boss Season 2. Now, I must be confused like everyone else, because I thought that Helluva Boss Season 1 Finale Part 1, which we watched, would have a Part 2 before Season 2. But I must be mistaken, or there must be something going on in the background that I don't know as to why we don't have the finale of Season 1 yet, but we're starting Season 2. Look, honestly, it is what it is. I love these episodes to bits. They're really entertaining, so I don't mind either way. And as soon as I see a thumbnail like this, I think this is... God! I'm struggling to remember the names. I know there's Blitzy. I know there's... they gotta come back to me. But, yeah, like, I know how it is on YouTube. It is absolutely BS with how copyright is, so we'll see how it is. Stolas! Yes! That's the one! How did I forget Stolas? It's such a unique and memorable name, and leaves an impression on you, particularly after the last few streams, when he kind of, popped his cooldowns. Alright, so that being the case, let's watch Helluva Boss Season 2. It's a 23-minute episode. As always, we're going to have a little bit of fun, so let's check it out, and then we're going to kick off Naruto Shippuden, which, thankfully, I finally have after spending last night trying to get it. That was a lot of effort, a lot of fun. Alright, let's do it. Helluva Boss Season 2, Episode 1. The following cartoon contains graphic violence, strong language, sexual themes, flashing lights, as well as rampant demon horniness. So yes, it's intended for mature audiences. Pretty tame compared to what was on Hunter Biden's laptop. Your discretion is advised. Oh, flashback episode.
My birthday! It's my birthday! Yay! Birthday! Woohoo! Birthday time!
Calm yourself, young prince. You know excitement is unbecoming of a geisha.
Oh, right. But Father told me today is the day I am old enough to know my purpose and responsibility.
Of course, I'm sure it will be wonderful.
There is my little, which son is this one? There's so fucking many.
Stolas, your highness.
Stolas! Yes! right. That's the one. The owl boy. Well, my little one, it is finally your day of becoming a true part of the Goisha family. How good for you. Are you ready to know what you will be meant to do to serve hell?
Yes, Father.
You will be entrusted with the study of the earth skies, the stars, the prophecies they hold, all that stuff. Isn't that fun? You will begin the studies of your grimoire, which will grant you access to the mortal realm to study and observe, and you will grow to be a mighty prince of hell with your own legions to lead and pass on your knowledge to.
I will do my best, Father.
Wonderful. Also, son, you are destined to sire a precautionary addition to the Goisha family, so you are now engaged. Congratulations. Isn't she charming? Oh, that's an ugly noise, son. Here, how about you cease this bitch crying? That usually works. Oh, would you like it if I took you to the circus in town? Children enjoy the circus, right? Would that distract you enough from your non-negotiable future marriage? Is there a spot that is close to the front, but also far enough that I don't have to smell the pool?
want to see me make a horse? Crap. Horns! Well, it was a horse, but then it ate too much sugar and its legs stopped working, so they had to amputate. Now it's a gross worm horse. See? He gets it. Because horses, they make no sense. Okay, Blitzo, that's enough horsing around. Hey, everybody, look at this. It's Banana Pudding the Clown Horsey.
I liked his broken horse stroke. It was funny. Their legs do stop working when they eat too much sugar. It's called laminitis.
What a show! That was real great. So, that little clown that you have, my son really enjoyed that one. I was wondering if I could buy him.
Buy him?
Purchase him. Yes, accurate. My son doesn't have any friends, you see, and he liked the little clown boy. It's his birthday. He's so sad, and I don't want to deal with him. Can I write a check?
Well, Fizzarolli is a big draw. He has a few more shows to be in today, so it would be pretty expensive.
No. The other one.
Blitzo?
Correct. How much?
I see. So he sees Blitzo when he's alone, starts liking him, and now Daddy purchases Oh god, this is gonna be messy, isn't it?
Well, he's my son, so... how much you got in your pocket?
A wadded up 5 and a slim fit condom.
Yeah, that's plenty. Done.
Splendid. Fetch him for me and we will be on our way.
I'm Banana Pudding, and I like to dance. I am Worm Horse, and I am sad. Why are you sad, Worm Horse? Because I have no legs. Oh, well, that's okay. I lost my legs in the war. The war? Yes, the Great Pirate War. No pirates. The Great Pirate War! If you keep talking about pirates, I will punch you. I fought bravely, but I could not run fast enough. They took my legs. There was blood everywhere. Oh no, ew, no blood. Blood is disgusting. No, it's cool. Well, Banana Pudding is here to save the day. With his magical feet he dances around with. He will dance all over Worm Horse to make him feel better. And then... there'll be more blood! Blitzo, that's so gross! Stop!
Boy, I got a job for you. You are gonna spend the day with one of the Goisha princes.
Ew, why?
Day? He said own, as in permanently.
Because money. Now listen carefully. You were being brought out to be his playmate, but I want you to steal as much from those rich fuckers as you possibly can.
Steal? But if I get caught?
Don't you want your family to be able to buy a bigger tent? Better food? Don't you want to be able to help me and your mama out?
Of course I want to help Mama.
Then why didn't you ask for more than a fucking condom and a 5? What the fuck?
Then you gotta do this. Everything those rich fucks have will be worth a fortune.
But if I'm caught, I'm scared, Dad.
There are scarier things, aren't there, son?
But... yes, Papa.
Here is your new friend, my son. Happy birthday.
A friend?
I guess. Hi, I'm Blitzo.
I'm Stoneless. It's nice. Ouch.
Don't bow to that one. He bows to us, idiot.
Oh, right. Sorry, Father.
I'm so good at daddying.
This is my book on the difference between frogs and toads. There's a lot of differences. And this is my book on plants and herbs. Did you know plants can hear you?
Plants are boring. This is all boring stuff.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've never had a friend to share my books with.
You know it would be fun? A game. Let's play Treasure Hunt.
What's that?
It's where we pretend we are pirates and we go around the house collecting all the nicest things. And then we throw them out the window.
We throw them out the window?
Yes.
Since when did pirates throw things out windows?
Since, like, the dawn of time. Come on. Pirates are always throwing stuff out windows.
I don't think they had windows.
What? Did your book say that?
Yes, actually. Several.
Well, in this game, we're throwing them out the window because it's fun.
Well, that's an odd game. Is this an imp game?
Sure. Why not?
Well, if it's what you want to play,
Let's do it.
Oh my god. No, don't throw any of those! How are they even gonna move that thing? They don't have security? In hell?
Blitzo! Over here!
Uh-oh.
So what is that? Your diary?
No, this is my new grimoire. It's a spell book. I have to learn it so that I can access the living world.
The living world? Like the one with humans and stuff? Where the sinners come from?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yes, I'm supposed to learn to use it to study the sky.
Why?
My dad says I can find prophecies, but I don't really know. But I'm supposed to. That's what my job will be when I grow up. To join the rest of the Goetia family.
Well, you know what I'm gonna do when I grow up? I'm gonna run my own circus, and I'm gonna be the most famous imp ever, and I'll be able to do what I wanna do all day. I'm gonna make so much money and buy myself a big building with a big office.
A big office? For a circus?
Yeah, a big office. Circus business with clowns and horses. And the horses will all have good names, like Stapler and Biscuit Queen.
I'm sure you will. That sounds like a good business.
Yeah, and if you apply, I'll hire you. Maybe.
You'll hire me?
Yeah, if I feel like it.
Well, I hope I qualify. You'd be a good boss.
You say that with sarcasm, but I totes would.
That's cute. That's cute. Oh god. Did Daddy even notice? Daddy kind of strikes me as the type that doesn't actually know what's in his own house. Wait, so Stolas is like what? 35? 40? 35? 40? Give or take?
I know still being married isn't a big enough occasion, but to be fair, it's no picnic being married to a boring stiff like Stolas.
Stella, what in hell is this?
Ugh, Stolas, you know I like throwing parties. Plus, it's true, so you can come if you want.
Isn't it his... Wait, let me read it again, just in case.
That's...
Not divorced. Anniversary party couples only. Here's what gets me, and I know I've said this at every live stream over the weekend, but I'm going to keep saying it. Prince William likes to get pegged. I had to learn what that was, so now you do too. And his wife wouldn't do it. But she didn't care if he got his kicks elsewhere, as long as they stay together. So Prince William is getting pegged by his wife's best friend. Which kind of explains why in all the group photos or videos, he's always looking at his wife's best friend. Because she's the one banging him from behind. And his wife's best friend is always like there. And the prince is always looking at her, not his wife. And I'm just going, whoa. And apparently it's been a well-known thing for a while. So Harry's dating a C-list Hollywood ex-divorcee actress, who only became an actress after she started dating him. And William likes to get banged from behind. Who's William? The eldest one, the one with no hair. Huh. It looks like both of those boys have mommy issues. So you've got these two with mommy issues. You've got Prince Andrew that's a pedophile. Prince Charles that's completely out of touch and a racist. And then you've got Queen Elizabeth, the last great monarch. She is not having a fun time. I have a feeling that we're going to see a republic very soon in Australia. Because who the fuck wants to be paying tax dollars to these clowns? I still can't believe that the British taxpayer had to pay £12 million for Prince Andrew's victim of sexual abuse. The English taxpayer is paying for that shit. I'm just saying. Anyways, back to more royal dysfunctional families. You know what? Like, it... This is kind of messed up. I kind of... Like... What is Stolas supposed to do? He's in this non-negotiable arranged marriage negotiated by his father with probably the offspring of another royal in order to solidify a political, economical alliance of some sort. Because that's what these marriages are. They're just solidifying an alliance between two families. That's basically all it is. And he's one of many sons. He is definitely not the eldest. Definitely. Otherwise, the father would, without a doubt, know who he is. So Stolas is possibly one of many. He's like one of the kids that, you know, serves some function. You know, keep him busy, keep him in the loop, but he's not a shot caller. What is he supposed to do? What is he supposed to do? And I think I've mentioned this before. I don't think his wife is necessarily upset by the fact that he's banging someone else. I think his wife is upset that everyone knows he's banging someone else. So I don't think she legitimately cares about the infidelity. I think she cares about the social stigma and the embarrassment of it. Which is sad. And that someone else is an imp. Yeah, and the imps sort of strike me as like a lower class in hell because they're considered the poor entertainers, jesters, and all that sort of stuff. Like, the fuck is Stolas supposed to do? He's clearly the byproduct of a broken home in a loveless marriage that's politically organized. He serves a function, you know, he doesn't probably do much at all. He's just like a figurehead, right? He does a job that he can't fuck up in. Like, what kind of job is observing myths and the stars? Like, let's be real here. Like, it's a bullshit job, you know? What the fuck's he supposed to do? I mean, at least he looks after his daughter. You know, we saw a few episodes ago how he was putting her to sleep by singing to her. And that was absolutely sweet. So he is definitely a much better parent than his father. And it kind of makes sense that he took her to the circus because that's where his father took him. And it's sort of one of those, you're imitating the behavior of your parent, whether you want to or not. It's unfortunately, we in one way or another become similar to our parents. But at least he cares and tries. You know, he tries to sort of click with her, and it probably doesn't help that she's a teenage girl going through a phase in a broken family, and she thinks her father's gonna leave her for someone else. Like, what the fuck's he supposed to do? What is he supposed to do? Yeah. Some monarchs just had kids to marry them off for connections. Then there is the beloved kid who is set as the next ruler while child 8 is married off to some dirtbag for political advantages. Well, the way some families do it, particularly the Rothschilds and Rockefellers, is that they keep the male heirs within the family circle and selectively marry, whereas the daughters are married off to form a connection with another family, and then their child is pretty much roped in to the inner family circle to take over the family that they joined. And I haven't met people on that level, but I have met people in, you know, families where their parents dictate what they do, what they study, what type of activities they get involved with, and then they try to dictate who they hang out with, who their friends are, and what their career progression and sort of position in life is. And I've met some of these people, you know, by chance, you know, friends of friends of friends at a function or whatever the fuck. And I had a conversation with some of them, more than one of them. And they never really think of what they want. It's like, this is what I'm going to have to do. This is what I'm going to have to do. This is what I'm going to have to become. And their life is pretty much planned out. It's like, I'm going to have to study law. I'm going to have to become a barrister. And at that point, I could probably be a judge. And it's sort of like, do you enjoy what you do? Is this what you want to do? And they never really thought about it. Like, some of them were just like, I never really thought about it. Like, when it came to choosing what you're going to study, I never had to think about it. It's like, I had to study it in Britain, or I had to study it in the US, I had to study it at Oxford, or Harvard, or whatever the fuck. Like, they never thought about it. Their entire life had been laid out before them. And forget about the entry-level marks, they would just fucking donate their way into there. And it wasn't even the fact that they were there to get an education. They were there to basically form connections with other people that study there. Kids of very influential people, and make friends with those people. It's basically what it is. And I'm just sort of sitting there thinking, your whole life is like a script. Where is your choice? You're not in control of your own life. You're basically coloring within the lines, except you're told what colors to use. Precisely. You have no say in it at all. And I sort of see that as so limiting and depressing, to be honest. And I can sort of understand they're looked after, they're, you know, in a good position, a good pay, trust fund, all this sort of stuff. But they're like a marionette. All the strings are sort of being pulled. You can do whatever you want as long as it's this. You can marry whoever you want as long as they're part of this, or this. And it's sort of, is that really living? What is your function? Oh, you know, to further the family line, or to strengthen the family line, or to do so-and-so, to do so-and-so. And I'm just sort of sitting here just like looking from the outside going, fuck. Like, what's someone supposed to do? At least Stolas likes his kid. I mean, that's a redeeming quality. You know? At least he likes his kid. But even that's going to be fucked. Because the expectation is going to be from his father that she marries someone for political gain. Jesus Christ. And a lot of people live like that. Anyways. Not divorced. Anniversary party. Couples only. And that's another thing that gets me. In certain circles, you're expected to be married and have kids. Otherwise, you can't get certain positions. Because you don't fit the qualities of that social circle and what they're trying to portray. So they would rather you be in a sham marriage, a loveless marriage, with someone you don't want to be with, have children with someone you don't truly care about, rather than be honest with yourself and be happy by yourself. Because it's an image thing. And I'm just going, no wonder we have generations of fucked up kids when they're growing up in households like that. Alright, let's continue.
Stella, what in hell is this?
Ugh, Stolas, you know I like throwing parties. Plus, it's true, so you can come if you want. No, Stolas is terrible in bed. I swear to fuck, he just lays there staring at the wall and I have to do everything. It's embarrassing.
Okay, I'm gonna be real. When I saw, like, her mouthing off at him, and I was just thinking really at the back of my mind, if that's her attitude, you might just have to fuck the crazy out of her. Like, to be real, if you and a lot of people are not gonna like this, but if you're dealing with someone like this, with an attitude like this, and you're stuck with them, just fuck their brains out. Fuck their brains out. They won't have the energy to complain after that. And at least you're going to pump their brain with endorphins, serotonin, and all that other stuff, and they might chill the fuck out. Because I find that a lot of the problems caused within relationships are a lack of sex. Because that seems to be a big reason for people cheating. Dissatisfaction in the bedroom. So if you don't have that part sorted out, the rest is going to crumble. Fuck her brains out. And that's probably part of the problem. That's probably part of the problem. He's fucking an imp. Or an imp's fucking him. And her pride is hurt. Because it's like, am I not good enough? Think about it. I'm a princess. At least I assume she's a princess. I'm a princess. And he's fucking an imp. Ouch! He'd rather fuck an imp than fuck a princess? That's gotta hurt. And so, to shield herself from that, she makes it seem like he's the inadequate one, and she doesn't want to fuck him. So she takes control of that scenario. Fuck me. This is depressing just watching it. Also, the episode where he took her to the circus hits different now. He took her to probably the best place he felt truly happy, where he met Blitzer. He probably definitely doesn't want this dictated life for her and wishes and hopes she can choose her own partner. Yeah, like the American spy airplane in Cold War where you needed to be married to fly. Oh yeah, it's canon that Stolas, like every bird, have no dicks. He has a cloaca. Wait, birds don't have dicks? I'll be honest, I never really paid attention to it. I never looked at a bird and went like, let's see if I can see a dick. Like, I had no idea how birds actually mate. But anyway. Fuck, I just learned something about birds today. They don't have no dicks. Birds don't have dicks. It was like, okay. But Stolas is a bottom? He could be a bottom, he could be a power bottom, he could be a versatile bottom, who knows? Ducks, dude. Ducks have a very interesting anatomy. Ducks have a penis. Okay, I can never look at Donald Duck the same way again. Let's continue before this gets more weird. Yes, Stolas, I do need a glass of wine. I'm just scoping out the room and it's all birds. Yeah, birds everywhere.
No! Stolas is terrible in bed. I swear to fuck, he just lays there staring at the wall and I have to do everything. It's embarrassing. I'm glad one egg fell out of me so I could stop pretending to want to fuck his scrawny twig ass. What a pathetic fucking man.
Okay, I'm just gonna put it out there. If someone did this to me, I would fuck their sister. And if they don't have a sister, I'd fuck someone else close to them. Oh my god. I can't even. In his own house. Wow. Wow. You should have yourself a mini fridge full of the good stuff. How much money do you think I have? Wow, she's really bad-mouthing him. Yeah, in public, at his own house, right there. She's literally shitting all over the carpet right now. She is shitting on the carpet and wiping it by, like, you know how dogs sometimes, like, they put their legs down the butt and then the front legs kind of like pull and they drag their butt across the carpet. You know, like Amber Heard when she shits on the bed and she wipes it by basically doing that on the bed. She's basically doing that in the middle of the grand ballroom in front of everybody during an anniversary party. That is an attack, not only to him as a person, but to him as a husband and a man. She is publicly humiliating him. Stolas would be well within his right to fuck her sister, fuck her brother, I don't give a shit, to prove her wrong. I remember that people felt sorry for her when they knew Stolas cheated on her, but with this info I can see why he cheated. It's very possibly a yin and yang. I would like to give the benefit of the doubt and say that it was most probably a loveless marriage from the beginning. And it could have been that both of them were unhappy. But as a result of, I don't know, Stolas finding someone else that he wants to spend time with, she was hurt. And so because she doesn't have someone else, her way of dealing with it is probably just trying to hurt Stolas as much as possible. Unfortunately, with humans, this happens. They get bitter, they get jaded, and they just want to hurt the other person, and they don't want to see them happy when they're unhappy. Unfortunately, humans are like that. So, there's a possibility that relationship didn't start like this, but it's like a yin and yang. What came first, the chicken or the egg? At the beginning, they were both unhappy. Like, people that are happy in a relationship don't cheat. People that are having their needs fulfilled at home don't go to someone else's place. You know what I mean? Like, why would you? You have absolutely no desire or need to. It's a strong indicator that something is wrong at home. I mean, the wife looked like a heartless wench since she was a child. Well, when you have someone born into a family like that, the possibility of them being raised to believe that they are superior to others is excessively high. And that comes with a certain level of entitlement. And then their ego gets out of whack. And when someone has an ego out of whack and no one ever to check them and say, hey, you're not the top bitch in the world, right? Like, okay, you're cool, but you're not the bitch, you know what I mean? Same with guys. Sometimes you need someone to check their ego. Otherwise, it just grows out of proportion. I don't think anyone checked her ego. She thinks she's the be-all, end-all of the universe, but clearly she's not. She doesn't have everything. She's not like figuratively Cleopatra where everyone's lining outside the door for her. She's just another being. You know, for better or worse. And clearly, she's not enough for Stolas, and he's probably not enough for her. Or maybe she liked it. I don't know what the situation is there, but clearly it's an unhappy relationship. He probably tried because he knew it was what he had to do, but he couldn't bring himself to fall in love with her. And she's likely been a bitch from the beginning. I feel like he only stays with her because duty, and because he'd probably lose Octavia too. She thinks she checked his ego. Look, I've said it once. I say it 1,000 times. People react differently to these type of things. When someone checks my ego, I go out of my way to improve myself. And thank you, Nothing Happens 24. Enjoy the VODs. Enjoy the VODs. And make sure you link your Twitch to Discord so you can vote. Different people react to different things. When someone checks my ego, I go out of my way to back up my ego. So if someone says I'm not good enough, I go out of my way to make myself better. When someone says I'm not fit enough, I go out of my way to basically smash whatever criteria that they have. When someone says I'm not good enough to get into the university of my choice, I get into the university of my choice. When someone says I'm not good enough for the team to compete, I make sure that I'm the best one in that fucking team. And then they end up asking me to join the team. And when someone's... When Hutchin a few months ago said I let myself go a little bit and she wasn't as attracted to me as she was before, I started going to the gym every fucking day and working out like a motherfucker. I didn't give her any attention and then she started begging for it. And then I denied her for more than a month. By the end of it, she was throwing me down on the bed and trying to take my clothes off. See, that's what my ego is like. Now, different guys react differently. Some guys do that. Some guys grab a flamethrower and burn down the entire house. Some guys file for divorce. And some guys get really upset and just go in a downward spiral, drinking, taking drugs, and all that sort of other stuff. But it's an indicator that clearly at home there's something that's missing. He's really unhappy. I can see it. I could see how unhappy he is. Like, I could see how he's going through... Like, he probably doesn't want to be at this goddamn party. But he knows if he doesn't turn up to the party, it's going to be like, where's Stolas? You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, I will turn up to the party at my house, even though you didn't tell me about it. But I'm going to turn up because, you know, I should be there. And this is what happens. Like... I mean, I would say if respect is not being served on the table, leave the table. I would just walk away. Like, if people are being like that, just walk the fuck away. It's like, all right, I'm out. But, poor guy. Are these her parents, or is this someone else? I think they're parents. They have a similar color scheme. Purple, purple, white, yellow, yellow. I don't know, they could be her parents. Possible. It's just... Kuma, you're not a great streamer. You're an amazing streamer. Oh, my ego's gonna get out of whack, Hexen. My ego's gonna get out of whack. Careful with my ego, man. It's big enough already. But thank you. I appreciate that.
No! Stolas is terrible in bed. I swear to fuck, he just lays there staring at the wall and I have to do everything. It's embarrassing.
Okay. I'm sober, so not the best thing. But if I was in this scenario and someone like this was bagging me out to her friends, hypothetically, I thought this was her parents. But if this is her friends, I'd fuck her friends. I'd fuck her friends' brains out. Why? Because she's painting this image of how shit he is. Let her friends talk about how good he is. Just take the bullets out of a gun and drag her through the mud.
I'm glad one egg fell out of me so I could stop pretending to want to fuck his scrawny twig ass. What a pathetic fucking man!
Do you have anything stronger than this?
We have absinthe, Your Highness.
Bring me all of it.
Oh, people, I'm so glad that
Oh, he's gonna get fucked up! Okay, funny story with absinthe. I watched the movie Euro Trip, and I was like, oh my god, absinthe, absinthe, absinthe. And I picked up some absinthe here in Sydney. I was disappointed to find out that the absinthe in the Western world typically doesn't have the hallucinogen in it. Damn. And then I was in Belgrade, Serbia, and I saw a liquor shop, and I basically went in and I, asked them, is like, hey, I'm looking for absinthe, but I'm not looking for like the regular one. I'd like the one with the hallucinogen in it. And the guy was like, yeah, I have some of that, but it's not on the shelf and it costs a bit more. And I'm like, please, happy to pay for it. So I bought a bottle of it and I had some at home. Fuck, it's good shit. If he's drinking that one, he's gonna get fucked up.
anywhere near me. Can you imagine if you didn't have money?
Stall us, sir.
I'm fine.
We caught this nasty imp trying to sneak into your chambers.
Oh, just as he fucking drank a lot.
What should we do with him?
Into my chambers, really? Oh, well, that is concerning. Leave him to me. I will handle him accordingly. Follow me, imp.
Okay, sorry, I want to see these paintings. I apologize for pausing every 2 minutes. There's a lot of beautiful detail that goes into these episodes, and I'd like to capture some of it. Not divorced. Oh, who's this person here? Okay, so we have this is that possibly Stolas? It could be. And then we've got them here. Wow. Oh, that is so cute.
Look, I didn't mean to interrupt your, the party. I was just trying to...
Don't bother with excuses. I know why you were here.
You do?
This feels like a porno.
Yes, you were here to ravish me, weren't you?
You?
Why else would you be breaking into my room? You could have asked to visit, you know. It's been a long time, but I have a very good memory.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, I figured, since you're a prince and all, it might just be easier to scale the walls and slip on in. It certainly is easier than going through your fucking staff.
One would think you might be here for nefarious reasons if you are sneaking in during the cover of night.
Well, I wanted to crash the party, and it's always more fun, to make an entrance.
I recall how you enjoy making an entrance. So, over 2 decades since I last saw you, are you still a circus clown?
Oh,
Oh, this is a flashback! Fuck!
No, not anymore. No, I kill people now.
Oh, how afraid should I be?
Well, I mean, how afraid do you want to be?
Oh, well, I I was teasing. I don't really...
You seem pretty tense. How about I help you out there?
This is, getting a wee bit... Is it hot? I'm starting to feel it getting very hot. Oh, What are you doing? I barely remember your name.
It's Blitz.
Oh, didn't it have an O at the end, like a clown name? I remember. Oh.
Yeah, well, it's silent now, okay? So call me Blitz.
Okay. Blitz, what are you doing to me?
What do you want me to do to you?
Well... Oh my fuck! Wow! Oh, you are so forward, Blitz. Oh, what are we doing?
No, stay down, damn it.
Oh, so you like to command? You like being in charge, hmm?
Yeah, I sure do.
Oh, so you're a kinky little imp, are you? Do you like it when I talk to you dirty? I want you to me with your in. Get it all the way through me, you.
Oh, stop it.
Yes, if that's what Blitzy wants. Blitzy, oh my, yes! Oh, I've never had anyone want me this way. You have no idea how long I've craved this kind of passion, and how much it means that the one who wants me is my first ever friend.
Wait, so she was acting like his wife was saying this shit before he started banging him? Oh my god. I gave her the benefit of the fucking doubt. What a bitch! You know what? At this point, he should be fucking everyone he can. Oh my god. What a bitch.
All right, fine. I can do this real fast.
The morning after.
Sorry, I fucked your husband.
What the fuck was that, Stolas?
Oh, beautiful! Fucking beautiful! Fucking beautiful! Oh, look at that look of satisfaction on his face. It's like, yeah, take that, you bitch! Happy anniversary! Woo!
I want you to me with your in. Get it all the way through me, you.
Oh, stop it.
Yes, if that's what Blitzy wants. Blitzy, oh my, yes! Oh, I've never had anyone want me this way. You have no idea how long I've craved this kind of passion, and how much it means that the one who wants me is my first ever friend.
All right, fine. I can do this real fast. Sorry, I fucked your husband.
What the fuck was that, Stolas?
That was the sound of a fucking divorce!
Oh, antidepressants. No. No, no. That shit will fuck you up. That shit will fuck you up.
Owl in a cage, you show your age, your sweetness has run foul. Without a change, you're lost, exhausted by your time on sage. Then you walked in my room, and like sparks in the dark, life was suddenly thrilling and new. What's between you and I? Just a comfortable lie. I'm the fool who believes when you look in my eyes, Prince, all alone upon your throne. Your power is so frail. You raise your voice, you have no choice inside your gilded jail.
The fuck are you doing?
Reflecting.
Well, stop! It's annoying to hear you screeching your silly woes all the time.
Why are you still here? You leave with Fia on weekends, but then you stay around the house despite everything.
I like tormenting you. I want to keep reminding you of what you did.
I know what I did. I would feel bad if I hurt you, but we both know I didn't do that. You and I were arranged for one reason, to birth a precautionary heir to the Goetia family. Nothing more. I tried so many years to make it comfortable for us, to have this family, but it was never enough. The only reason I have endured your constant insults and cruelty was for that girl to have a normal life. I cannot do this anymore. I want you out, now.
What do you mean, out?
I mean out! Out of this palace, out of my life. We are getting the divorce.
How dare you? What do you think the rest of the Goetia family will think? And
I don't care what your arrogant brother thinks. And the only thing the Goetia family wanted from our marriage is already 17, so it's over. I'm done.
Fine. I have no desire to stay in the place of a traitorous embarrassment. You have fallen from what little grace you had, and I know you'll pay for it.
She just went Amber Heard on his ass. And now she's gonna go with a fake police report that he beat the shit out of her with a sledgehammer or something. Poor guy. Poor guy. Poor guy. What the fuck's he supposed to do? What the fuck's he supposed to do? At least he cares about his daughter, man. If nothing else, at least he cares about her. It is possible she has heard him before too, given how he flinched a few times in the comment and he didn't even look surprised that she raised her hand. Remember when people felt sorry for her when he cheated on her? Because I don't. It feels justified why he did it. Man, all I see is a loveless relationship. If it can even be called that. I mean, the whole marriage was a fucking sham. Let's fucking face it. Whatever marriage they had was clearly a sham. It had no foundation at all. Like, what the fuck were the wedding vows? I will fuck you until you hatch an egg? What other fucking vows could they possibly make for someone that they barely even knew in an arranged marriage? You don't know the other person. You don't know if you're compatible with the other person. And clearly you're not. Like, that's a sham. It's like, what, that's a fucking marriage? Jesus, that's an embarrassment. You're better off not letting these types of people get married. It just like, people wonder why the divorce rate is so high. Because people keep fucking getting married for the wrong reasons. Maybe that's why. Maybe people that are incompatible with each other are getting married, thinking that's going to resolve the problem. And what's worse is they think that if they have a child in the middle of arguments, they're finally going to click together. No, they're not. You're going to make 3 people miserable rather than just 2. I read a theory that part 2 of season 1's last episode got delayed, but since this episode is a flashback, they felt comfy releasing it anyway. Oh, so this wasn't a delayed episode. No, the finale to season 1 is still delayed. Poor guy. And you know what? This really does highlight that it's not always the guys that are the bad ones in the relationship. There's a very negative social stigma that whenever there is a problem in a family unit, it's always the guy. The guy is cheating, or the guy's not good enough, or the guy's abusive, or the guy's violent, or the guy's a piece of shit, or the guy's a bad parent, or the guy's this, or the guy's that. And it's like, do you really think that girls can't be just as bad as guys? Have you not seen teenage girls rip into each other? Have you seen how vicious a teenage girl is? They destroy the other person. Not only physically, but like psychologically, they want to break down the other person. And you're telling me these little vicious animals are like absolutely harmless as soon as they hit 18? No. No. Jesus Christ. Can we start judging people on merit, please? Oh my God. It's just... Jesus Christ. Stolas and Stella's relationship felt almost like the whole Johnny and Amber relationship, with her being like that. The scary part is it's probably more common than we realize. It's just that guys don't typically speak up about it. Because 1, no one will believe them, and 2, society just tells them to harden the fuck up. Like, let's be real here. If a girl hits a guy, everyone just tells them harden the fuck up. If a guy hits a girl, he gets sent to prison. Now, I get that there's a difference in body mass and strength and all these other things, but say for example a girl, I don't know, knees a guy in the balls and he's on the floor, I'd consider that a pretty strong hit. Or a girl grabs a frying pan and whacks him over the head, that's still fucking assault. When's the last time you've seen a woman charged for assault or domestic violence? Just saying. It's... shit like this happens, man. Well, when we get older, they just learn how to hide their viciousness better. I've always been more scared of girls than guys. See, with guys, you kind of know where you stand. If guys don't like you, they'll tell you. Like, guys will really, 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 really rarely pretend to be your friend. Or they'll pretend for like a day, and then it'll be blatantly obvious that they're pretending. Whereas girls, they even have like frenemies. It's people that they hate, but they pretend to be friends. And I'm like, why would you? But I don't know. Maybe I'm just not a social creature. I don't understand it. The actual numbers are probably closer to half the abusers being men and half being women. It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, when you take a look at personality traits on a broad spectrum, and you take a look at the demographic of society as a whole, it would be logical that it is closer to a 50-50 distribution. Or it could be like 45-55 or 40-60, whatever. But it wouldn't be like 90-10. Maybe the number of cases reported might be 90-10. But, you know, action-wise, it's probably closer to 50-50. And that's sad. It's really sad. At least Stoller stood up to her by saying that they're getting divorced. Yeah. Dude, if you're in a relationship like that, and someone's treating you like that, and you're married, and you haven't done anything to antagonize them, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. I don't know. I'm of the opinion people need to spend a significant amount of time together before they even consider marriage. You need to spend several years together. You need to live together. You need to at least have at least an argument. A really big one. Otherwise, you don't know how the other person is going to react. You don't know the other person. You need to live with them. You need to spend time with them. You need to have arguments with them. You need to travel with them somewhere. You need to be stuck in the middle of fucking nowhere with no GPS and limited provisions to see, like, you can't just like, oh, here's a random person. They look good enough. Let's get married and spend the rest of our lives together. No. You don't know this fucking person. You don't know shit. I pretended for a week since I don't have many friends. Last year, 11th grade. Now I don't give a shit. I got friends now, and if they didn't last year, I would tell him he's a failure. Mate, just like... find people who you click with. Don't even bother. Like, the more time you spend around, the more you realize you don't give a shit about half the people. And half the people don't give a shit about you either. Just hang out with people that you legitimately care about and they legitimately care about you. Just be real to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself, man. Quality over quantity. You're better off having one real friend than 50 fake ones. Because when shit hits the fan, the fake ones are the first ones to disappear. I know I've been in an abusive relationship 3 times. So at this point, I've identified manipulation from girls. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, like, no one, when they're born, instinctively knows how to pick up on it. And you have no frame of reference, particularly if you're not in a good household. See, I come from a broken household, right? So I don't know what it's like to have 2 parents that legitimately care for each other. Hell, I don't even know what it is to have proper parents, but anyway. And so when you have no frame of reference, you don't know what a healthy relationship actually looks like. You don't know what 2 people that actually live together and care for each other are supposed to do, or how they act, how they behave. And so you're effectively going blind in the middle of the ocean with no compass. You don't know what you're doing. And you're effectively walking into a minefield where one person could be crazy, another person could be abusive, another person could be sociopathic, that one could be a serial killer, and that one could be perfectly fine. Like, you know what I mean? You don't know. And then your first relationship where you have absolutely no idea what you're fucking doing anyway, roll of a dice at best. You don't know what you're dealing with, and you don't know what you're doing either. You know? And then, of course, you're inexperienced psychologically, emotionally, and all these other things. Man, it's... And what's even worse is if the other person lies to you or abuses you or manipulates you or something like that, because that's going to fuck you up long term. Because you're inexperienced. And that fucks you up long term. And some people never recover from that. And what's worse is if when you go from one to another and you think that's normal, and then you start accepting it as, that's the way things are. This is what I deserve. This is, you know, this is as good as it's gonna get. That fucks people. They start accepting it. And the absurdity continues. That's the situation you get where a parent is beating up a child and the other parent does nothing about it because that's the way things are. How do you think that child's gonna grow up? Worse than the parent that's beating them up. Society's fucked. Society's fucked. And it's not always the guys that are the violent ones. Girls can be just as violent. A little kid can't protect themselves from a mother. A little kid, you know, is not strong. A little kid doesn't know. And a little kid is vulnerable because the little kid is always looking up to their parents. The little kid doesn't know. The little kid doesn't know what's right, what's wrong, what's good, what's bad. If you think my father was the only one that beat me up a few times, you got another thing coming. My mother was just as violent, but she was mostly psychologically and emotionally abusive. She would be very manipulating. And then when she didn't get what she wants, then she'd become abusive physically. Which is kind of really bad. Whereas guys are just outright more so physically. Like, do this, if you don't, I'm going to hit you. Sometimes the psychological and emotional abuse is sometimes worse. When I was at my very vulnerable, a guy manipulated me into a relationship with him, even though I didn't like him that way. Reading the messages he sent and remembering his behavior and controlling things he said now is terrifying. Fortunately, I'd done to him before he escalated. Thank Christ for that. See, that's one of the things that I absolutely hate. I consider that person a predator. They are knowingly taking advantage of someone that's not in a good place, in a vulnerable place. That's predatorial. I hate those types of people. You're picking someone that's not currently in a good spot because you know they're off balance. They're emotionally vulnerable. And you're sort of providing them with that fake blanket so you can manipulate them and do whatever you want. Like, what kind of sick piece of shit does that? Knowingly. Knowingly. You can't tell me, oh, he didn't know what he was doing. Fuck off. Fuck off. This is a bit close to home. I'm going to be out for a few minutes. All good, Golden. All good. All right, let's take a little break before we watch Naruto. That was quite, like in your face. Oh, that was quite in your face. But I think these are the type of topics that need to be openly talked about. Because if no one talks about it, no one knows about it, no one learns about it, nothing changes. You know what I mean? I think we need to have a society where this sort of shit can be brought up and handled in a mature way. Because we talk about everything else. People talk about sports, they talk about news, they talk about games, they talk about drinking, they talk about fucking, but they don't talk about what happens behind closed doors and how people treat each other. Just saying. When I was dating my abuser, I just thought that I was supposed to take it because I never had a father due to him dying when I was 2. It took her cheating on me for me to realize this was a toxic relationship. I feel for you, man. I feel for you. I feel for you. Lack of guidance as a kid is very difficult. Yeah. Especially like if you're a guy and you lack a father figure growing up, it's very difficult because you don't know what you're supposed to do. You don't have a frame of reference. Or if you have a bad father figure, your perception of what a guy is supposed to do is very distorted. I feel for you, man. But on the plus side, you got through it. So the worst is behind you. I think if a lot more people voiced their experiences, people wouldn't feel isolated. Because everyone thinks, oh, this happened to me, no one would understand. I think if people were more vocal about their experiences, particularly the negative ones, people wouldn't feel so isolated about it. And then it would be like, oh, so there are other people like me, and they got through it. Oh, so I'm not the only one. I think that's important. Whether it be this circumstance or another circumstance, it's a very important thing. Life is crazy, man. And no one tells you this shit growing up. You think it's like, as soon as I become an adult, everything's going to be awesome. Nope. Nope. It just becomes more complicated. Alright, let's take a quick break before we do Naruto Shippuden. I'm going to play a quick song for us, and then we're going to do Naruto Shippuden. We're going to 4-minute break, so grab a drink, grab a snack, I'll see you then.
Hey, did I hand you a shrinking potion by accident? I could have sworn that was the gender swapping one.
Don't be hating. She's fun size, that's all. She doesn't even have to get on her knees to blow.
You want to add anything to that conversation?
Nope, I'm good. In fact, I think your new size makes you an even more formidable and stealthy ninja.